So guys, Tiger Woods just won the Tour Championship today, and Justin Rose won the FedEx Cup, which is the best player of the year basically. And the prize for winning the FedEx Cup is $10 million. So that's just ridiculous. $10 million just for being the best player of the year. So I thought I'd make a video about what would I do if I had $1 million. So if I won $1 million tomorrow, or if I had $1 million tomorrow, earned or won, what would I do with it? Well, the first thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't quit my job. If I didn't like my job, then for sure, first thing I would do is quit my job. But because I enjoy my job, I actually like doing what I'm doing. I actually look forward going to work on a Monday morning. So I wouldn't quit my job if I won $1 million, or if I had $1 million. But if I didn't like my job, yeah, for sure, first thing, quit my job. So what I would do with $1 million is I wouldn't buy a house or my dream car, which is a Porsche Cayman, and then just spend the rest. I would find a way to invest $1 million so that it generates me income, it generates me revenue that I can live off without needing to work, or without having to work, but working because I want to work. So obviously there's different types of investments that could generate revenue. Personally, I would look for the passive investment, the investment that won't take that much effort or energy or following up. So with $1 million, would I put it all in real estate? Probably not, because buying real estate comes with a lot of expenses. Even if you pay for an apartment in full, there's still expenses that you have to pay for, even if the apartment is paid in cash. For example, property taxes, condo fees, maintenance, and you have to rent out the place. So your revenue is not guaranteed. Even if you choose a really good location, you still have the risk of not having rent all the time. So let's say with $1 million, you divide it by 4, that gives you $250,000. You buy 4 apartments that you rent out for $1,200 each. Well, that $1,200 per month, you'll have at least $350 of expenses, maybe even 4. So you're left with $800 profit per month. That's if you're able to rent every month. So 800 times 12 is what, 9,600? 9,600 on 250,000 invested. That's not even, that is what, like 8%? Or 7%, and you would have to deal with tenants, finding the right tenant, issues with the property if there's something to fix, just having to deal with people. I wouldn't take that route. If ever I do invest in real estate, it would be putting 5% down only, the minimum, and letting the rent pay down my mortgage. That's where the real return comes in real estate, is having the rent pay down your loan, so you accumulate equity. But that doesn't generate cash flow. It doesn't generate revenue when you need it. It's a great investment. It's a great way to increase your wealth, but it doesn't generate cash flow, enough cash flow to live off, especially at the beginning, especially if you're just putting 5% down. And if you pay in cash, it's not the best return. So real estate I'd use just to build equity, but not necessarily to generate a monthly revenue. Unless I can wait, unless I'm patient, I don't need the revenue right away, I would put 5% down, rent out the apartment for 5 years, and then sell it after 5 years, and any gains I make, well, that's going to be my revenue for the next 5 years, and then just keep repeating the process. But it's going to require more patience. So if I wanted to generate revenue with my $1 million right now, I would definitely invest it in the stock market. First of all, it's the easiest way. You could do it. I would be able to do it from anywhere in the world, from my laptop or even from my phone. I wouldn't be tied down to a location. In real estate, I'd have to be close to my properties, unless if I don't hire a property manager. So definitely investing in the stock market would be my option, so that I could do it from anywhere in the world. I have more control. I don't have to deal with people. I don't have to worry about finding tenants, or I don't have to worry about not being able to rent out an apartment. And the way I would invest on the stock market is, for example, Facebook dropped recently. So Facebook doesn't pay dividends, but it's a great stock to invest in, right? It's a great company to invest in. But let's say I buy it at 170 and I just keep holding on to it. It's never going to generate revenue for me unless I sell it. If I buy it at 170 and keep it till it's at 200 or even at 300, when do I get the revenue? So the only way to generate the revenue in that case is to sell. So that would be my strategy, is just to buy big name companies that drop for silly reasons. So for example, Facebook, I'd buy at 170, and then I'll just wait until it goes back up like it normally does, and sell it at 10%, 20%, depending on the stock. And then the gains that I get from selling each individual stock, that'll be my revenue. And then just keep repeating the process with the rest of my $1 million. So I wouldn't put $1 million obviously in one stock. I'd probably separate it into 15 chunks. So take 1 million divided by 15 chunks, whatever that gives me. I think it gives me 75,000, not sure. So I'll take I would invest, so each stock trade I make will be with $75,000, and any gain I make throughout the year from each trade, that'll be my revenue for the year, and just keep repeating the process. And I could do that from anywhere in the world. For example, I'd buy Facebook at 170, sell it at 190 or 200, while something else dropped, buy it, sell it after 3 months, and then just repeat the process, hopefully 20 times in a year, or 15 times in a year, since I'm gonna have 15 chunks. So that would be my strategy, and that's what I would do with $1 million. Basically, I'd find a way to have it generate revenue for me so that I don't have to work. I only work because I want to work. And the investment that I find that'll be the easiest for me to manage would be investing in the stock market. Because imagine if I could generate 10% per year on $1 million, that's $100,000. So I think if I can generate 100,000 revenue every year, I think I can live off that, and I think I could say that I don't have to work. I only work because I want to work, or I want to make more profits, or I want to build my wealth, increase my wealth. So yeah, so this was just a quick video on what I would do if I had $1 million, which was inspired by the $10 million winning prize for the FedEx Cup that Justin Rose just won today on the PGA Tour. I would love to hear what each of you would do with $1 million. Please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.